We touched on the like need for an on-chain order book. I'm curious, what is the infrastructure that goes behind an on-chain order book? What are the difficulties of getting this all on chain? You have things like liquidation engines and even just bringing the liquidity. I think it'd be great to start with Injective on this one and then lead into you guys. I know Solana with Serum is pretty robust infrastructure, but we'll start here with Eric.
Yeah. So obviously Injective chain had a slightly different approach from Solana in that it utilizes the Tendermint consensus and also a Cosmos SDK to guarantee the instant finality. So this also creates two distinct types of feature that cannot be accessed elsewhere in any other layer one, which makes Injective chain extremely unique in the sense that it has the begin blocker and also the end blocker. And end blocker is purely utilized for order matching and order settlement. So that means that all the orders are pending and coming. There won't be there will not be any type of race condition issues. All the matching will all happen at the exact same time, and this obviously guarantees a lot of the issues that were present during the Ethereum early days when there were Ether Delta and there were other order book based exchanges that was doing a lot of front running. And on the other hand, just in general, there are immense amount of engineering difficulty when it comes to implementing an on-chain order book. Managing the state size, making sure everything is optimized, figuring out the market plus order growth and how it's going to impact the overall scalability of the chain. And those are kind of problems that we always have to constantly work on. And we know that, just in general, just because a blockchain that likes to be highly scalable, that tries to be, extremely fast, doesn't mean that it'll actually be able to handle the realistic load in a sense that during realistic timing, there's going to be a lot more diversity and type of pains and different types of transactions and different types of errors that might catch the initial protocol creator offhand. And that's something the Injective Labs team is also constantly monitoring and making the right contribution from time to time to make sure that all this goes right. But so far, obviously, Injective chain has a TPS of around 10 to 20,000, and obviously currently there has been a downtime. There hasn't really been any issue on the protocol level. So the entire Injective community is really grateful for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it would just be great for you guys building on Solana to touch on the infrastructure that goes into that, some challenges, how big of a help Serum is in this, whoever wants to take this, but it'd be great to just build off what Eric was saying from your perspective over on Solana.
Yeah, so I'd be happy to sort of start it off. So at 0-1, we're actually working directly with Serum and building directly on top of them when it comes to our order book and matching engine. For anyone who's looked over the Serum source code or who have tried building on top of Serum, know it's a super optimized, very, very well engineered piece of code, and really trying to make the most of Solana's like 50,000 transactions per second, right? Albeit in the last few weeks we have encountered some issues, but they've actually have been rolling out patches that have been fixing the sort of Solana transaction throughput. But anyhow, that's not the topic of conversation. So yeah, with regards to Serum, I think the sort of without going into the nitty gritty of how it's designed, essentially you have like this event queue, and that ensures that events sort of follow a specific sequence in terms of how people place their orders, and so that sort of touches upon the race condition there as well, and then because Solana is able to support such high throughput when it comes to your order execution, things usually get confirmed within seconds, and especially when it comes to and then the margining thing is sort of built on top of the order book, right? The order book itself just processes the matching stuff. You still need to build out the whole margining system and the funding system when it comes to derivatives, and that's sort of where 0-1 comes in. And ensures that when you're placing a perp order with some certain leverage, that you actually have enough collateral to take on that position, and you can't sort of go 2000x with your $10, right? And so yeah, hopefully that gave sort of an overview of Serum and sort of how derivatives exchange is built directly on top of Serum.
That was great. Barrett or the team at Spin, did you guys want to add anything about that? Any differences you guys, or even what are the difficulties? It sounds like it is a lot of work to get this on chain.
I could chime in. So I mean, at the end of the day, Cypher is pretty similar-ish to 0.1 in the sense that we're both built on top of Serum. We're both derivatives protocols, albeit focused kind of on different style of derivatives. But a lot of we have margining capabilities as well. I think one of the original challenges that we had with working with Serum was that you can only trade like SPL tokens, right? So you can't trade like a true derivatives contract on Serum. Now that is changing with the rolling out of their Serum Dex Core, which is the asset agnostic order book, which is like just a general matching engine for essentially anything, right? Spot tokens, you could just trade orders, right? Like a true derivatives exchange, which is really awesome, right? And so like you have to design like things in a certain way to enable the trading of like SPL tokens. Currently, now when AOB rolls out, that kind of goes away, and you can trade arbitrary orders on top of Serum's Dex, which is really exciting. And so that's something that the Cypher team is really excited about going forward and playing with this new AOB in the future.
Yeah, and it's definitely great having you guys both on, building off the same infrastructure, but I'm sure you guys are having somewhat different issues as you're trying to build different products, but also similar issues. So it's great to have both of you guys on. Anyone at the Spin team want to add on just general how it is building infrastructure for an on-chain order book and bringing derivatives on-chain?
Yeah, so I mean, the asset agnostic order book, as Barrett said, is a brilliant piece of software, and it definitely allows to ship derivatives products faster and easier. But on the other side, there is like this complexity with how this kind of general liquidity available through Serum will be available to different dexes with different liquidation engines and different margining systems, and this is kind of for us as a team for now, this looks like a black box because there seem to be no solutions at the moment rolled out. So kind of doubtful at present that we'll all be able to kind of keep it on top of Serum and have access to that liquidity unless the issue with the liquidation systems for the common margin vault is resolved. So kind of something that we're thinking a lot about.